You are about to witness the very exciting story of a city and its people.
Welcome to motherfucking Detroit.
What up, though? What up, though? This is Detroit Mail with another no name podcast. Well, I guess you must, if you haven't saw the game, you will see that the Lions lost to the Vikings. So this is our reaction to that. Um, some of the key things I saw when I was watching the game, they got to do something about this defense, man. They cannot stop the run. I mean, Dalvin Cook was Alexander. Both running backs are just running all over this defense. It was just ridiculous. We have to do something about the run. There was no pressure on Jared Goff. No pressure on Kirk Cousins at all. And so the lack of pressure allowed him just to pick them apart. And Amani Roy, man, four or five times he got penalized. It was just ridiculous, man. I understand he haven't played in a while. He coming back trying to get into game shape, so to speak. But this is unbelievable, man. It was like they had the game in hand. I felt that a couple times going for it on fourth, they should just went and kicked the field goal. And the Cyber would have made when they missed the field goal, then you would have forced Minnesota to take different measures down the field, or at the end of the game, the Lions could have kicked in the field goal to win it. So it has a lot of points on the board. It's disappointing because they played well. You know, the first two games they played well, even though they lost to Philadelphia. They played pretty well, considering they did have some defensive inconsistency, again, stopping the run. But the offense came through. Then you had a lot of injuries. It looks like Amon-Ra St. Brown was got injured, so he couldn't really contribute like he wanted to. Looked like Swift must still been injured because he didn't really play as much. He played less this game than he did in the Commanders game. So it was just a lot of things that's going on. The injuries didn't help. Tracy Walker got injured. Penalties, leaving points on the board. It just wasn't. It was a very sloppy game. Very sloppy game. And one of the things we saw was the defense, coming into this season, I said the defense is going to be the weakest point. And so they couldn't afford to lose anything on offense because of the defense. They're going to need all hands on deck on offense because they're going to have to outscore some teams. And this is one of those games they need to outscore. There's a few times they was on the other side of the 50 and they couldn't score. Just could not score. For the most part, they kept Jared Goff upright. It just that, a few passes. Jared Goff missed. I don't know what happened when that pass to him, and I think it was Reynolds. Reynolds was wide open, and it looked like they got a miscue. Reynolds started running. That was a touchdown. That was the game-winning touchdown, really, if you really think about it. If they had that touchdown, they would have been up. So 17 instead of 10. But I just think that they just need to go back to the drawing board and do some things different. Hutch wasn't much of a factor. It wasn't much of a factor for none of the defensive linemen. They was not pushing that pocket. They were not, getting any pressure on Kirk Cousins at all. And then, like I said, Dalvin Cook was running all over him. The run game, period. It was getting ran over. They shut out Jefferson. They kind of pretty much neutralized him, and then it was just feeling in the rest of the game, just feasting. It had them down 14-0. Then it's 14-7. Then they tied the game. Then going in before the half, they had a chance to put points on the board. Didn't do it. Caught a fumble, turnover, didn't put points on the board. So these opportunities cannot happen, especially when you're on the road. When you're on the road, you got to take advantage of every opportunity. This is a game they should have won and could have won without the mistakes. I think that for them to become a good team, they're gonna have to overcome these mistakes. They cannot have these mistakes like this. These are things that just can't happen. You can't allow a team to, give you a fumble, give you turnovers, and you not take advantage of it. You have to take advantage of every opportunity because especially when you lack on the defense side of the ball. If you look, let's take Kansas City. When Kansas City, the first time they went to the Super Bowl, their defense wasn't that great, but they made up on it on offense because their offenses was a prolific, high-scoring offense. So when you have teams and your defense is not as great on one side of the ball, you have to be proficient and efficient on offense. You cannot allow points to be left out down the field. For the most part, Jared Goff did not play horrible. It's just a few times I think that Goff, one particular play, I think he was throwing a out route. Oh no, it was a screen to Swift. If you see a defender out there, don't throw that screen. Just because that's the play that was being called, he has to learn how to say, okay, I see a defender out there. Let me look elsewhere or just throw the ball away. He threw that ball to Swift. The defense of the Vikings tackled Swift for a loss. What I want to say, if you threw the ball away, then you wouldn't have lost yardage. You wouldn't be behind on yards. So those are things I need him to fix as far as his gameplay. He's getting better. He's gotten better. Let me say that. He's gotten better in certain aspects, but also things that he got to fix. Then it raise the question, do you go get a quarterback in a draft? You definitely gonna need defense. I think they first, a couple of picks need to be defense, corner, linebackers, because I think Akuda's gonna be okay. I think he's gonna be okay. But the rest of the corners, they're gonna need to pick up somebody in the draft. Linebacker, same way. Can't cover nobody. Rodriguez okay. He good, he nice tackler. I think he will develop into something better, but you need someone that can cover sideline to sideline. The problem here's the thing with that's going to be Rodriguez's problem because he's his stature. When backs or tight ends come out on crossing routes and they run past him, he don't have long enough arms to reach out. When he gets beat, he has to always be in position. See, like with linebackers who are bigger, taller, longer, and when they're out of position, so to speak, and athletic, they can turn around and reach out and put a hand on it. If not to slow down a play so somebody can come and help or possibly make a tackle. So that's one of the things he's going to lack in. Now, that's not me putting him down. That's me making an observation that you're going to need another linebacker in there that's some athletic and taller. They're gonna need that. It's just no getting around. As much as you love Rodrigo, and much as you think know he's a great addition to this team. He is. I won't take that away from him. But I still think you need linebackers. I think you need corners, and they're gonna need to do something about this run defense, man. This run defense is atrocious, man. I think that was the biggest thing. Um, that was the biggest thing that I saw in this game. The run defense was horrible, man. I I don't know, man. I just it's very disappointing because you see the potential there, and throughout the game, they were playing well, then it just seemed to start to fall apart. Let's chip away a little bit, chip away a little bit, and these are the games that you have to win if you want to be a great team. Period. You have to win these type of games. You cannot allow teams to keep back in games and you know what I'm saying and make plays at the end. The play to well, I can't think of the receiver name that put the Vikings ahead. He was wide open. He was blown coverage. He looking for a safety help, blown coverage, wide open. You can't have that. You cannot have that. Anything they should have, you hold them to a field goal. If anything, you don't give them the lead. Cause you hold them to a field goal. Now, when you coming down, you playing for the win. Just all you need to do is kick a field goal. You playing for the win now. Instead of playing for the win, you gotta technically you're playing for the win regardless, but instead of playing for a touchdown, all you have to get is field goal range. So you don't need as much time on the clock. That is the issue I have with them. Because see, Campbell called a timeout. I think it was third down. At that time, when he called a third timeout, I may be wrong. 47 seconds. You stop them. They fourth down, they kicking the field goal. You have time on the clock, march down the field, kick a field goal, end the story, you win. But it shouldn't have came down to that because they left points on the field. You had a crossing, needed to was it Reynolds and I can't think of the receiver. I want to say it's Khalif Raymond. They ran into each other. That would have converted the third down on that play and possibly got a score. I mean, that was a fluke thing, but it's like it's discipline things that needs to happen with good teams. You can't have that. But anyway, those are my observations, my little quick post game after the game reaction while the emotion's still running. I may do another video after I actually analyze it, look at it, and break it down. But for right now, right now I see defense is the biggest problem. And now you got more injuries possibly to the defense and to the offense. So I don't know how it's going to look when the upcoming game next week against Seattle. They should possibly win this game, but they down to they might not have St. Brown. And it might be it may be some minor that he may play, but we don't know. They don't have 100% Swift, So it's just things like that that's not looking good for the season. I mean, I still sticking by my 7 games. I still think I win 7 games, but you hate to see. I mean, I didn't have a win in this game, but you hate to see when they had a chance to win the game, they leave it on the field. That's it. That's all I got to say. All right. Don't forget, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please like and subscribe to the channel. Bing, hit the like button. Ding, hit the notification button, and you will get everything that we do. All our live videos. We will be live tomorrow at 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with IOW Sports. Well, we talk about everything. We have to talk about the NFL, all the games for today, and we probably get into some MLB because it's getting close to October, and October is playoff time in baseball. Hockey season starting because I think I saw the Red Wings and the Blackhawks a couple of days ago on my timeline. So I think hockey season get ready to kick off. So we got a few things to kick in and talk about. So yeah, tune in. Thursdays also we'll be live 4 p.m. also Eastern Standard Time. Go to our Facebook page, IOW Sports Network, and that's there to network. Join. If you like talking sports, join. You will enjoy some of the conversations that we have. You know, some great conversations, some great posts, people posting up. I think they had one Gretzky against Tiger Woods and Michael Phelps. You know, it's a whole bunch of different stuff that's just posting right out there. So you just like just chopping up, chopping up, talking about sports, chopping up, talking about sports. I can't get words out today. Seem to be every day lately, but you know, if you like doing that, go to our Facebook page. You will love it, man. And if you got something you promoting, it's there for you. We are here to not only talk sports, represent our teams, but we here to help one another to excel. Well, anyway, until next time, peace.